As the Miami Heat continue their build towards a younger roster that hopes to compete by being a strength in numbers type of roster rather than having one true star, one player who seems to have been forgotten about this summer is Jaime Jaquez Jr. The number 18 pick from the 2023 NBA draft from UCLA had a nice rookie season, and it looked like Miami had uncovered a gem. Then Jaquez Jr. stayed stagnant during the 2024-25 season, and some of the good vibes started to fade. But if Jaquez Jr. can take any kind of step forward in 2025-26, Miami's roster might be far deeper than advertised. Miami is hoping Jaime Jaquez Jr. takes a step forward in 2025-26. For being the number 18 pick, Jaquez Jr. did great during his rookie season. He averaged 11.9 points per game off 48% shooting and had a plus or minus average of 1.4 points per game. But for whatever reason, Jaquez Jr. just never took the next step for his sophomore campaign. His minutes dipped to 8 minutes less per game, and even though his defensive rating actually went up last year, he finished the year with an average plus or minus of minus 2.3 points per game. It was the worst plus or minus on the team among any Heat players who played at least 50 games. What seems to hold Jaquez Jr. back the most is his catch-and-shoot ability. He seldom creates off the dribble when shooting from deep, but for a guy who is 6 feet 6 inches, he seems to struggle if anyone is anywhere near him. Last year, Jaquez Jr. shot 26% from 3 if a defender was within 4 to 6 feet, which the NBA classifies as open. But when he was considered wide open and didn't have anyone within 6 feet, he still only shot 36%. For context, Tyler Herro was 47% on wide open threes. He is a capable driver to the rim, and while his 53% shooting percentage from inside 10 feet lags behind guys like Herro and Pelle Larsson, he is much closer to the pack in this category. It all paints a picture that if Jaquez Jr. can get any evolution to his game and get any kind of standard progression in year 3, he can morph into a very solid contributor for the Heat in 2025-26. Sharpshooter Ethan Thompson, a standout for the Orlando Magic's G League team last season, accepted a training camp invitation from the Heat on Wednesday. Thompson also gives the Heat a player of Puerto Rican descent on its roster, a day after the team announced it would play a preseason game against the Magic October 4th in Puerto Rico. This news comes after the Heat's G League affiliate, the Sioux Falls Skyforce, announced Wednesday that it acquired the returning player rights to Thompson and a second-round pick in the 2025 NBA G League draft from the Osceola Magic, in exchange for the returning player rights to forward Justin Champagny, a first-round pick, 16th overall, in the 2025 G League draft and a second-round pick in the 2026 G League draft. The 6'4" shooting guard, who signed an Exhibit 10 contract with Miami, has played for 3 G League teams, the Windy City Bulls, Osceola Magic, and the Mexico City Capitans. Thompson, 24, was named third-team All-G League last season after averaging 18.4 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 3.2 assists, while shooting 40.2% from the field and 39% on threes in 31 games. He averaged 22.8 points for the Mexico City G League team 2 seasons ago. After attending high school in Torrance, California, Thompson averaged 13.5 points and shot 33.8% on threes in 4 seasons at Oregon State. He went undrafted in 2021. Previously, Thompson played for Puerto Rico at the 2016 FIBA Americas Under-18 Championship, where he averaged 11.8 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 1.8 assists per game. The Heat now has 17 players under contract. The 14 players under standard contracts, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Herro, Andrew Wiggins, Terry Rozier, Norman Powell, Davion Mitchell, Simone Fontecchio, Haywood Highsmith, Nikola Jovic, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kasparas Jakušionis, Pelle Larsson, and Keshad Johnson. Center Vlad Golden and forward Myron Gardner are signed to two-way contracts, which permit players to appear in as many as 50 NBA games per season. Teams can carry as many as 3 players on two-way contracts, and those players can be subbed out at any time. The Heat is expected to sign a 15th player to a standard contract either before the season or at some point in November. Thompson, and every Exhibit 10 player is eligible for a standard contract. Thompson is this offseason's first Heat player signed to an Exhibit 10 deal, which is essentially an invite to training camp. The Heat has an oral agreement on an Exhibit 10 contract with former University of Utah sharpshooter Gabe Matson, who played for the Warriors Summer League team. While 18 players, 15 on standard contracts and 3 on two-way contracts, is the regular season limit, NBA teams are allowed to carry as many as 21 players during the offseason and preseason, including up to 3 two-way contract players. The Heat had some interest in retaining guard Drew Smith, who is coming off a torn Achilles, but NBA rules prohibited Miami from signing him to a two-way deal. He remains eligible for a standard contract. The Heat is auditioning veteran NBA center/power forward Kai Jones this week. He's eligible for a standard contract, but not a two-way deal. The Heat will open training camp on September 30th. The full NBA regular season schedule will be announced on Thursday. Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has already declared that he'll remain with the team, at least in the short term. But that doesn't guarantee he'll be there for the long haul. And even if he does, it won't stop fans and onlookers from entertaining him somewhere else. Fantasy Sports on SI pitched the idea of Morant heading to the Miami Heat for a relatively light package, but it would mean losing all-star Tyler Herro. Miami Heat receive Ja Morant. Memphis Grizzlies receive Tyler Herro, Jaime Jaquez Jr., 2026 first-round pick. In this proposed deal, the Grizzlies and Heat would exchange starting point guards, the article wrote. But to get Morant to South Florida, the Heat would also likely need to include another player and a first-round draft pick. The Heat would get a superstar in Morant, but it doesn't seem like much of an upgrade otherwise with dishing out Herro. Morant is a slightly better defender, but would only give a slight boost in scoring and facilitating. This deal would seemingly only be beneficial if Herro and Morant were paired together as a star 1-2 punch in the backcourt. Amazon announces Miami Heat's NBA Cup matchup. The NBA is finally catching up to the rest of the sports world by diving into the streaming service world. The NFL has deals with Amazon, Netflix, and YouTube TV, just to name a few. The WWE recently brought all their premium live events to ESPN's new direct-to-consumer app, launching August 21st. The MLS and MLB have both struck deals with Apple TV in recent years. CBS and Paramount Plus became the new home for all UFC content this week as well. It's the NBA's turn to see what opportunities streaming presents for their business model. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver constantly prides his league on being a progressive one that is constantly growing the game of basketball. Silver made a statement less than a month ago about exactly why this Amazon deal will grow their sport. The digital opportunities with Amazon align perfectly with the global interest in the NBA, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said in a statement. And Prime Video's massive subscriber base will dramatically expand our ability to reach our fans in new and innovative ways. Adam Silver in a statement about Amazon. The NBA announced an 11-year media rights deal with Disney, NBC, and Amazon worth $76 billion.